Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. In the pick'em game, you can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in that week's game for a chance to win big. And as you already know, I'm going Josh Allen higher in yards every single week. So sign up today with promo code Buffalo Fanatics and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code Buffalo Fanatics to get your first deposit doubled up to $100.
Do you owe taxes to the IRS? The IRS has a fresh start program you might qualify for. The Business Master, John Atwood, is America's trusted tax specialist. The Business Master handles tax relief cases nationwide. Call 877-364-1444 and visit www.businessmasteratwood.com.
You're listening to Rated Red on the Buffalo Fanatics Network.
And 70 is absolutely unheard of. It's ridiculous. And it's the number one show in the league right now.
There is a story in the National Football League through 3 weeks, and they are the Miami Dolphins. All they got to do is basically hold you to 4 touchdowns maybe, and they're going to win.
Remember when we used to say, squish the fish? Man, how the times have changed. But have they? This is a rivalry renewed. 2 great quarterbacks. You can say history repeats itself. But the weapons on the outside, we've never seen anything like these guys. And our defense, boy, they're just getting started. This rivalry means something, that's for sure. But one thing will never change.
They all mean the same for us.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
What's up, Buffalo Fanatics? What is going on? Oh, I'm so glad to be here with you guys today for another edition of Rated Rev on the Buffalo Fanatics Network. Smash that like, hit the subscribe button. You already know what time it is, baby. And this show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy and Business Master John P. Atwood. Man, let's get this thing popping. You guys already know what time it is. It's a roll call, so I need to know where you guys are watching me from right now. Go ahead and drop that in the chat, whether you're watching live on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, Twitch, wherever. What is going on? It's your man, Rev. This is Rated Rev Saturday, baby. Game day eve, and I'm excited. Let me know how y'all feeling, baby. Come on now. This is Bills and Dolphins. I have been waiting for this matchup all friggin' week, and we are finally here. Let me know where y'all at, man. Let me know where y'all at. Alpha Rob, come from Jersey. What's happening, baby? Bada Bean Crosby, what's happening, my man? Kim Betts, Humble Hamlet, New York. What is happening? Shout out to the chat in the house. John, Sour Yvonne, what's up, baby? J. Cole says, yo, what's good, Rev? Let's go, Buffalo. Hey, this is going to be a fantastic game, a fantastic matchup. I've been waiting for this. Luke is coming in from Averill Park, New York, 518. What's happening? Shout out to you, my guy. Jay Cole coming in from YouTube, Connecticut to New York. That's what I'm talking about. Scott Blakely says, yo, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get it popping. C.A. Moran all the way from Houston, Texas. I'm in Texas, baby. Let's get it popping. Yo. Byron says, yo, Rev, heat it up, bro. Heat it up. But I also want to say, your man cave is lit. Give us a short tour. I appreciate it, Byron. I appreciate the love, man. Yo, I can't wait, man. I'm so freaking excited about this game. Christopher Homer, shout out, man, from Tennessee. I am so freaking excited about this game. And I can't be the only one. I cannot be the only one. I mean, right now we got USC, Colorado right now. USC already up 7-0 on the Buffaloes. And then we got the Bills playing host to the Miami Dolphins tomorrow at Highmark Stadium. How many of y'all are just absolutely fed up with all this Dolphins talk? I have had to sit back this entire week and digest all of this hoopla about these Miami Dolphins and about how great they are and how, oh my gosh, look at the Dolphins. And they put up 70 points to a completely atrocious Denver Broncos team who did not want to be in that stadium at all, completely gave up on the field. I have never witnessed a team lay down, belly up before in all of my life watching professional sports like the Denver Broncos did. And a good offense in the Dolphins put up 70 points, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, look at this team. Look at what they did. They put up 70. Oh, look at Buffalo. They coming. Oh, it's a new sheriff in town. And all that nonsense. I had to listen to it all week. All week. And you think I'm just going to sit here and roll over like the Broncos did? You got another thing coming. As if the Buffalo Bills are some scrub team. As if the Buffalo Bills aren't the defending 3-time AFC East champions. As if the Bills haven't beaten these Dolphins before. And I know what Dolphins fans are going to say. Man, yo, in the playoffs, the Dolphins almost won with Skylar Thompson. I don't care what happened. You win however you win. That was last year. It's a new year. You know what I'm saying? And if we want to talk about who was on the field and who wasn't on the field, we can talk about that as well if we want to. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about a brand new team, and last time I checked, the Buffalo Bills ain't the same team as last year. They have gotten markedly better. A whole lot better. And I get it. There are some people who may be slightly nervous about this game. Some members of Bills Mafia. J. Cole says, yo, Z-Bot was a little nervous. I got to talk to my brother. I hope he ain't nervous. Because at the end of the day, we've got Josh Allen. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, let me say that again. Is this mic on? Because it's about to be. We have Josh Patrick Allen. I don't care who's on the other side of the team. I don't care who's on the other side. I don't care. Up every single quarterback and team, and I'm taking Josh Allen all day, every day. And it's not even close. I'm not concerned. I'm not. People talking about, the Super Bowl window it's closing and these Bills are about to get. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all keep on talking. Because I guarantee you what. There's no way these Buffalo Bills are going to allow the Miami Dolphins to walk into Highmark Stadium and put up anywhere close to 70 points like they did to a team in the Denver Broncos who absolutely gave up. There's no way. But I'm glad that the Bills are where they are right now. I mean, forget about the fact that they just completely dismantled an undefeated Washington Commanders team in Washington, 37-3. Blew the spread completely out the water. I think the Bills were 7.5-point favorites. Blew that all the way out. 37-3. Should have been a shutout. But that's been lost because the Miami Dolphins put up 70. And I get it. But you think they coming into town to do the same thing they did last week? It ain't happening. So I'm liking where the Bills are right now. The Bills are just sitting back in the cut. They letting everybody talk. Letting everybody forget about who they are, forget about who they have, forget about what they've done. And they're just kind of sitting in the weeds a little bit. Like my man Steph Diggs said.
A lot of guys on this team are a little count you out guys, the guys that got counted out or drafted late or like really had to work for everything that they got. People feel how they feel about you. When you winning, they love you. When you're not winning, you know what I'm saying, they might not love you as much. But for us, I feel like it's that perfect area of like lying in the weeds. Like, you know what I'm saying, are we good? Are we not good? You know, everybody's opinion is different. It's going to change. But lying in the weeds is like real important right now because, you know what I'm saying, when you're at the top, they all want you to fall. When you're at the bottom, they don't care.
And that's exactly where the Bills are right now. They're just lying in the weeds. I'm so glad that Steph said that. And he said it's good for them. It's good for them. Because when you're at the top, everybody wants to see you fail. When you're in the bottom, nobody cares. Except they do care when the Bills are at the bottom. They want to laugh. They want the Bills to be at the bottom so bad. So bad. And if the Bills were to get there, somehow were to find themselves on the bottom, they would completely bury the Bills even more. I have never seen a team go from top of the mountain to the lowest of the valley so quickly in the perception of the national media like the Buffalo Bills have in one off season. I mean, they act like Josh Allen doesn't play for them no more. They act like Steph Diggs ain't on the team. Gabe Davis don't play. Like Von Miller ain't on the squad. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this narrative, this false narrative, fake news, you know what I'm saying, that's going on regarding the Bills. But they about to find out. They're about to find out. They found out against the Raiders, but they said they wanted to laugh that off. Oh, well, who are the Raiders? Okay. They found out against the Washington Commanders, undefeated Washington Commanders, 2-0, looked pretty good. 37-3. Oh, well, it was the Commanders. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, you've got the Miami Dolphins playing up against a couple of the absolute worst defenses in the NFL, in the Chargers and in the Denver Broncos. And it's, oh my gosh, do you see how electric that offense is? Oh my gosh, do you see how just unbeatable these Dolphins are? Oh my gosh, look at Tua. Oh, look at Tyreek Hill. Oh, they're getting Jalen Waddle. Oh my gosh. Sean McDermott didn't help him out by saying his offense is revolutionary. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, man, can tomorrow happen any sooner? Can tomorrow happen any sooner? Huh? these narratives, man, I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired of them. I mean, because hey, you can't cherry pick. You want to say the Bills didn't play against anybody. You say, well, the Bills defense, which is the top in the league, who did they play? The Bills defense didn't play anybody. They played against Sam Howell and Jimmy G. Okay. Well, who did the Dolphins offense go up against? Huh? You see, they act like they act like offenses are going up against offenses. They're not. The Dolphins are playing against another team's defense. Tua's going up against another team's defense. Who did he go up against? The Chargers. Atrocious. I'll give them the Patriots because the Patriots always have a good defense. They put up 24. The Broncos? Are you kidding me right now? You see what I'm saying? So we can have this conversation if you want to. But I am ready for this game. I'm tired of all this nonsense. Tired of the fans. I'm so tired of these Dolphins fans. They are on their high horse right now. They're on their high horse all week, just cocky. And hey, they're 3-0. They were at this place last year too. You know what I'm saying? And so they were feeling it, man. They were feeling it, and then the wheels fell off. And I'm no prophet, but I'm feeling humility is on the horizon. Humility is on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? And don't walk up in here thinking, don't come up in here thinking that you just finna trounce these Bills. Because it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Sean McDermott is going to have these guys so ready. So ready. And what I'm curious to find out is if Winter Soldier is going to make an appearance. If Josh Allen, the Winter Soldier, is going to make an appearance in this game, what do you say, Bills Mafia? Is it time for the Winter Soldier to make an appearance? I mean, it's early. It's early. I think Josh is going to feel the need. He may feel the need to all right, do I need to unzip it? Do I need to go ahead and reveal it? Do I need to make the change? But I'm honestly, y'all, I don't think he's gonna have to. I don't think the Winter Soldier is gonna have to make an appearance. He may. This is what I think Josh is gonna do. I think he's gonna put a reminder out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I think he's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna need to take over the game like it's playoff time. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that he's gonna send the Miami Dolphins a reminder. And it may be in a version of a long run. Break off a 30, 40-yard run and get up and just kind of flex. You know what I'm saying? Remind them who he is and who they up against this game. That's what I think, man. That's what I think. And I think that's all Josh needs to do. He don't need to do too much this game. Why? Because the Dolphins defense is not good. Let's just be honest. The Dolphins defense is not good. It really isn't. And the Bills have been able to put up points on this defense. Even last year with Mike McDaniel. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. They got Vic Fangio, so they run, the defense is a little bit different this year. I think they run a little bit more zone. But it doesn't matter. This offense with the Buffalo Bills so far in Josh Allen, top in the league. Tops, man. They're right up there. They're right up there. And the way Ken Dorsey has these boys playing. And all we needed was for Josh to have his wake the heck up moment, right? That's it. Because we see the vision with Ken Dorsey and how he's trying to coach this offense and how he's trying to call these plays on offense. After week 1, they're like, we ain't having that no more, Josh. We can't have it. And Josh is like, yeah, you're right. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I ain't doing it again. I see the vision. I see the vision. Let me just take what the defense gives me. I don't need to do too much. In the past couple of weeks, Josh has been on it. On it. And his numbers may not be incredible because he hadn't had to take over the game. He's just been playing within the script, taking what the defense gives him, being willing to dink and dunk all the way down the field because defenses are not trying to give up those deep passes, right? So they're making Josh be patient. And Josh, over the past couple of weeks, has been patient. He's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. It may be boring, but I'll do it. And boy, has it been successful. Has it been successful for these Bills? It's been incredibly successful. And you know what I think is interesting? There was I'm trying to think if I pull it up. No, golly. Let me see. Let me go to my Twitter page and see if I bookmarked it or not. Because there was this stat that came out, and it was really talking about the point differential between the Bills and the Dolphins. Yeah, here it is. So the highest point differential in the NFL so far this year, the Miami Dolphins, number 1, plus 59. Guess who's right behind them at number 2? It's your Buffalo Bills. Your Buffalo Bills plus 56. Now let's put this thing in perspective for a second. The Miami Dolphins just put up 70 points in a game. They're 3-0. And their point differential is plus 59. And the Buffalo Bills, in 3 weeks, are plus 56. After a team who just put up 70 points. Y'all don't sleep. Don't sleep on these Buffalo Bills, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like that 70-point game skewed their numbers. Bills have been putting up 30 plus the past couple of weeks. Silently. Been murdering these teams. And the defense over the past couple of weeks have given up a whopping, 13 points. I'm just telling you, man. I ain't scared. I am not scared. I'm not afraid. I respect the Dolphins offense. I see what they're doing. I see the talent that they have. But I said this to Pierre, the Kingpin. I said this to him before. This week, matter of fact. I was like, look, the Bills have been built for this team. But not really just the Dolphins, but the Bills have been building for this. Brandon Beane, if you remember, this was probably back in, I think this was after the AFC Championship game loss against the Chiefs. He made a concerted effort to build his team to beat the Chiefs, who at that time had Tyreek Hill, had one of the fastest offenses in the NFL. Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman. Remember that? Then they had Travis Kelce. Then you got Patrick Mahomes running around there. Andy Reid coaching. He made an effort, and it was intentional about building his team to beat that team. Both on defense and offense, putting up the points to match. And over the past couple of years, we have seen that. And the Bills have beaten these Chiefs in the regular season. Postseason is a different story so far. But in the regular season, the Bills have beaten them before, right? That was when they had Tyreek Hill. They have been used to this misdirection, heavy motion, you know what I'm saying? Like Ed Oliver said, just eye candy in the back. They've been used to this. They've seen this before. This ain't nothing new to the Bills defense. Y'all forgot? Have y'all forgotten? The Bills have seen this before. For a few years. The Bills are highly disciplined. They don't go for the okie doke. They're not falling for all that. All that fanciness y'all got going on in the backfield trying to, man, come on now. This is a veteran team on defense, led by a fantastic head coach who is calling the plays. You don't think he's got these guys ready? Come on, man. Just look at it. Just look at the squad, baby. Look at the squad. Look at the defense. Y'all know what time. Y'all see who it is. Y'all see what it is. We're not falling for it. The Bills are going to be incredibly disciplined this game because we're used to it. We've seen that misdirections mess with the Chiefs, baby. We've seen it before. Tyreek Hill in the backfield, in motion, getting a head start. We've seen it before. Come on, man. So you think that Mike McDaniel's doing something different? He gonna roll out something different the Bills ain't seen? Nah, we ready for it. We see Tyreek running around the backfield. We see that. Mostert. We see y'all. We ready. We ready. But the question is, are you ready for us? That's what I'm talking about. Are you ready for us? Are you ready for what the Bills are about to deploy upon you? Are you ready for that? And this Miami Dolphins defense ain't ready for it. I'm just telling you right now. They ain't ready for it. They not. They really aren't. And so that's why like Bills fans, like I gotta let y'all know, man. I gotta calm y'all down and be like, hey, like my man Pierre said, yo, remember who we have. But I'll add one to that. Remember who we are. You know what I'm talking about? Remember who we are, man. We not the Chargers. We not the Patriots with Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying? We definitely ain't the Broncos. We the Buffalo freaking Bills, man. Let's get this thing popping. Now y'all ready? Now y'all ready? Smash that like if y'all ready for this game, baby. Smash that like and hit the subscribe button. Shoot, man. Y'all got me fired up. Y'all got me fired up, man. They look. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Because I don't want to take up y'all's time today. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of y'all's time. I just want to fire y'all up and remind y'all who we are. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it. Matchup watch. Who do you got your eyes set on this game? What matchup really intrigues you the most when you look at the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins right now? Drop that in the chat. I want to read you. I want to read it in the chat. But for me, let me see. When I look at this game, I really have. I want Diggs, man, to go off on this game, dude. Like, I really do. It's always exciting watching Diggs and Howard go at it. Is it not? Like that matchup right there, man, it's always good. And credit, I mean, you know, Howard has done pretty good against Diggs. But Diggs is an elite receiver, and we know he's still gonna get he's still gonna do what he does best. You know, but beyond Stefon Diggs, the Bills are gonna need some other guys to step up. And without Jalen Ramsey on the field, I'm looking at Gabe Davis. Like I like that one right there. I want to see the matchup between Gabe Davis and whoever else the Dolphins are playing at cornerback right now. And you know, y'all forgive me because Eli Apple. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, that dude right there, man. That guy who just runs his freaking mouth and can't do nothing. He can't, he just talks. That's all he does is talk. Run his mouth. I want to see Gabe Davis, man, just go off on him. So not only am I watching Stefon Diggs and Xavier Howard, but I'm quickly turning my eyes on the other side, and I'm looking at Gabe Davis and Eli Apple. Dude. And Gabe, you're like in this contract season, that's the guy, man, like I want to see go off. I really do. And let me take this time right now to go to the chat. And I want to see what you guys are talking about here. What type of matchup? Who do you guys have your eyes on in this matchup? Let me see here. All right, so one Buffalo says, yo, it's the D-line, it's the Dolphins D-line versus our O-line. Can I say this real quick, man? Like, yo, shout out to the Buffalo Bills offensive line. And shout out to Aaron Cromer, who's had these boys playing lights out for 3 weeks now. For real. Yo, much has been said about this offensive line for the Buffalo Bills and about like whether or not, you know, are they going to be able to gel and what's it going to look like with the new incomers and Connor McGovern and you know, and then you've got the rookie and Osiris Torrence, and then is Spencer Brown going to be able to step up again? You know, he's been bad. I was on regular saying, I don't think Spencer Brown has the ability to step up. He just completely shut me up, which I'm glad he did. And this offensive line has kept Josh clean. The past couple of weeks, man, he's been clean. He's been able to scan the field and do what he does best, man. And so, but they've been, and it hasn't, and it's not like they've been going up against bad defensive lines either. I would argue like the Bills offensive line has been going up against some of the league's best defensive fronts. You had him up against the Jets, one of the best defensive fronts. Quentin Williams, absolute monster, right? And then you look at it against the Raiders, and you get Max Crosby, right? And so whether it's the entire defensive front or if it's one person or a couple of people on the they've been going up against it. Max Crosby shut him out. And then last week against the Commanders, you have 4 first-round draft picks across that defensive front, and they did not do a darn thing against this offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. And now they're going up against another one. You know what I'm saying? And so, but another one, though, that's going to be without Jalen Phillips. So that's going to be key for the Buffalo Bills. Right there. Like, what are the Dolphins going to do? What's their D-line going to be able to do against this Buffalo Bills offensive line, especially without their key pass rusher, Jalen Phillips? With him being out, how are you going to be able to get pressure on the Bills? Are you going to blitz? Because I double dog dare you to blitz Josh. They have been waiting for teams to blitz them, play man coverage on. Josh has been patiently waiting to blow the top off of this offense so bad. So what are you going to do, Dolphins? Y'all going to blitz them? You're going to have to figure out a way to get some pressure on them. Do something. But without Jalen Phillips, it's going to be a tall task. It's going to be a tall task. Christian Wilkins is good, but we know what he does best. He be digging in booties, man. That's what Christian Wilkins does best. He going to be trying to dig in somebody. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't having it. We not going to have that. You know what I'm saying? So I like the Bills offensive line against the Dolphins defensive line. I really do. And I think, man, the Bills are going to have their way with against these Dolphins defense. That's just me. That's just what I say. I just don't see any way they're going to be able to stop Josh. It's too much going on. You got to stop Diggs. You got to stop Davis. You got to stop, Knox and Kincaid. And then you've got freaking James Cook in the backfield, who is, correct me if I'm wrong, but is he third in the league in rushing? Let me check that out. James Cook. And who would have thought that, man? Huh? Who would have thought that? Let me look that up. I think he may be third. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he's third. Who would have thought that? Going into this year, the Bills, after 3 weeks, would have a running back in James Cook who will be third in the NFL in rushing right now. Come on, man. And I know it's early in the year, but it doesn't matter. Like they still have to play this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Dolphins are going to have to go up against the third the best running back right now in the NFL, and James Cook. So when you have those weapons in the passing game, and then you've got a running back right now who's third in rushing in the league, and by the way, like, he's a threat out of the backfield as well in the passing game. Like, it's a lot that these guys are going to have to defend. It's a lot, and the defense is not that good. Now, can they play up? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's moments when teams or like defenses that aren't statistically as good as the rest, they play up to their competition. That's a possibility. But they're gonna have to play up. They got to play all the way up, baby, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And so, like it's gonna be tough, man. It really is. It really is. And so I just don't see it. So the Bill, I mean, yeah. But now you flip it and you talk about the Bills defense. Can the Bills defense make some stops? Yeah. Yeah. I think the Bills defense can absolutely slow down this track and field team in the Miami Dolphins offense. I think so. Because we play the zone. We're heavy in the zone scheme, right? And so we're gonna try very hard not to let these guys get behind us, right? And we play spots, not men. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my man Silas Whittle said that last night. Like, with this scheme, we like, you're not gonna see Tre White travel. You're not gonna see this like man on man. Like, you may see it here and there, but like for the most part, that's not their scheme. They don't defend. They don't cover men. You know what I'm saying? They don't cover players. They cover spots on the field in this zone scheme. And so as long as these guys are dialed into these certain spots and they know where the Miami Dolphins offense likes to target, we're going to be Gucci, baby. We're going to be Gucci. And Tua getting the ball out as fast as he does, that may be an advantage for the Bills, because if we can figure out through film study where they like to get the ball to, we can beat them to their spot. And if we can beat them to the spot, sayonara, baby. It's all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? So, D-line of the Dolphins, O-line of the Buffalo Bills, it's going to be a huge matchup right there. But I'm going with the Bills O-line. Let me see who else in this chat. Where else do y'all see? Where else are y'all looking at when it comes to this matchup? Let me scroll through it. Another one I would throw out there would be the Bills safeties against these Dolphins wide receivers. We knew, all right, so let me just get this out the way. So we do know that for the Buffalo Bills, that they will be without Jordan Poyer. Their former All-Pro safety, Jordan Poyer, will not be playing in this game dealing with a knee injury. Okay, so that means that we have Taylor Rapp, and then Damar Hamlin is also he's going to be activated for this game too. So we know last year, like, the Bills were undefeated when Jordan Poyer was playing. The game that he was out, the Bills lost. And that game in Miami was bad. And we had Damar Hamlin and Jaquan Johnson at safety. It was awful. Awful. Thankfully, we've got Micah Hyde playing. Okay. But I'll say this. I'm not concerned with our safeties. I really aren't. Micah Hyde, field general, that dude is phenomenal, right? Taylor Rapp ain't no scrub. I'm actually, matter of fact, I'll put this on the back burner for later on in the show. When I talk about another segment, I got my eye on Taylor Rapp. But what I'll do is I'll say this: Taylor Rapp is going to put on a performance this game, and I think that it's going to be a seamless transition. And as much as I respect Jordan Poyer, as much as I love Jordan Poyer, I don't think the Bills' defense, the back end, I'll say, I'm trying to be very careful, as you can tell, okay? Because I respect Poyer so much. But there will be no drop-off to that degree, okay? So for any Bills fans who are concerned and are worried about man, the drop off with Poyer out and Rapp, it's not going to be much of a drop off. You ain't got to worry about it. Taylor Rapp is that dude, and he knocks blocks off. Taylor Rapp is coming in here to freaking knock your head off. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I want. That's what I want. Set the tone. This dude is so physical, man. Look, and for me, and I'll say this, and yeah, I get it, yo. Like, we live in like a society now where everybody's kind of like, yo, hey, PC, blah, 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 blah. Look, I want Taylor Rapp to freaking set the tone. Take a penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give nobody a concussion. That ain't what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. But when you get an opportunity to lay the wood on somebody, you freaking knock his head off. Do that. Just do it one time. I don't care who it is. Set the tone. I would love it if it was Tyreek Hill. Lay him out. Lay him out and let him know we here. We here, baby. We ain't going nowhere. This is our house. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we're going to see some of that in this game. Now, whether or not the refs are going to let these guys play, it's going to be a different story. And of course, I'm not talking about like unsportsmanlike penalties and being like undisciplined. I'm not talking about like intentionally doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is hey, take a shot. Not a headshot, nothing like that. But nowadays, if a defensive player hits somebody clean and hard, they're going to get a flag. So just forget it. You know what I'm saying? Hit the brother. Set the tone. I think that's going to be huge. And so I'm looking at the safeties positions, and I'm feeling very comfortable right now. If Micah Hyde were not playing, then I would be like, oh, my gosh, this is going to be something different. But because Hyde is there, I feel a lot better with Taylor Rapp. And you're going to find out right now. You guys are going to find out, man. Taylor Rapp, I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Another matchup that I've got my eye on is my man Osiris Torrence and Christian Wilkins. I hope Christian Wilkins goes up against Osiris Torrence. I really do. Because my man Torrence has been putting the clamps on dudes this year. The rookie second-round draft pick of the Buffalo Bills out of Florida has not been playing around with these dudes this year, bro. Like, he has been holding his own against some extremely talented defensive linemen this year. Holding his own. So, like that is almost like been like one of the underlying stories, like, yo, this Bills offensive line has been good this year, man. Like, been good. Connor Williams, you ain't heard nothing out of him. It's a good thing. Osiris Torrence, you ain't heard nothing out of him. That's a good thing. Whenever these old linemen you don't hear nothing from the old line, that's a good sign. They doing a job. Spencer Brown. Yo, let me knock on some wood, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, yo, they have been playing phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, and it's another task with Christian Wilkins. And I need Osiris Torrence to make sure Christian Wilkins don't be digging in nobody's booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, baby. Keep him off Josh. Because, if he gets a chance to get on Josh, you already know where he's grabbing that. You already know where you're going for. You know what I'm saying? So, keep the man from digging. And keep him off him. And it's gonna be a beautiful sight. It's gonna be a beautiful sight. But shout out to the chat, man. Yo, hey, we're about 45 minutes into the show. Smash that like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Go to supportbf.com, baby. That's where it's at. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, and let's keep this thing popping. Now that we talked about the matchups, you know what I'm saying? And I know people want to talk about the quarterbacks, but the quarterbacks ain't going up against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done talking. I don't want to talk about these guys no more. I'm done. But what I want to jump in on right now, because I told you guys I didn't want to hold you long, especially, man, we got USC, Colorado going on right now, but I respect you guys' time. And these Saturday shows, man, yo, I'm aiming to keep them at an hour. We're 45 minutes in. So I got 15 minutes to wrap this thing up. But this game right now, the Bills are 2-1, Dolphins 3-0, going into Highmark Stadium against the Buffalo Bills. Well, you look at this matchup right now, the Buffalo Bills team. Who on this Bills team needs to
put up or shut up?
It's like in my hand, I'm ruling.
It's put up or shut up time, baby. Who on this Bills team needs to put up or shut up? Who needs to put up or shut up? And that's not saying that this particular player or players, whatever the case, I've been playing awful. It could just be a player that you just want to see go off in this game. You know what I'm saying? For me, I told you, and I'll go ahead and lead it off. I told you earlier, like I wanted to save it and reserve it for this segment. So I'm going to say it right now. The player that I think needs to put up or shut up, and it ain't like a condescending way, it's Taylor Rapp. I think Taylor Rapp is in a unique situation right now to really make himself some money. Taylor Rapp could find himself in a position where he earns himself a contract extension with the Buffalo Bills. I'm telling you right now, this is it. It's go time. Like these opportunities, these moments don't come. They don't come often. And I love Poyer. And I think the Bills' defense is a much better defense with Poyer in the back end with Hyde. But Taylor Rapp is no joke either. You know what I'm saying? And people say, well, yeah, hey, well, that's why he's a backup. Dude, what safety is gonna start on this team right now when you got Poyer and Hyde? You know what I'm talking about? Like we talking about all pros. You're not cracking that lineup with the all pro in front of you. So it is what it is. But that don't mean Taylor Rapp ain't good. So now he's sitting here with an opportunity in front of him. Do you think Taylor Rapp ain't gonna seize this moment? I think he's gonna seize it by the bullhorns. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna ride that Buffalo, baby. And I think he's gonna earn himself an extension. I think he's gonna, in this game, turn some heads and in the front office, and maybe they're already thinking about this. But Brandon Beane, they're gonna be like, and Sean McDermott, they're gonna be like, we may need to freaking go ahead and extend this brother sooner than later. Because I'm of the belief that Taylor Rapp will be the new starting safety of the Buffalo Bills going forward. Not necessarily this year. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about beyond this year, right? Because we know the deal that Poyer is on right now. Excuse me. And so I think it's going to be a seamless transition. I really do. From Poyer to Rapp, it's going to be perfect. And I think we're going to see it this game, just how valuable Taylor Rapp is and why Brandon Beane went after him and got him. Taylor Rapp is going to put up in this game. I can't wait to see it, man. I really can't wait to see it. Who else do y'all think needs to put up or shut up? So I'm seeing Kim Betts comes in and says, Kincaid, Kim, I love it. Because, we have been waiting for the Dalton Kincaid game. I'm talking about the game where he just, he's just like unstoppable, right? Where the performance matches up with the hype. And that's not to say that Kincaid is not that dude. It's just like, the game plan so far in the script 3 weeks in hadn't really had a need to really call on him so much. Like Josh and his offense has been like hitting up everybody. Like everybody's been eating. So there hasn't really been a need for like the Kincaid show. But I do agree with you, Kim, in that I want to see Dalton Kincaid have a game, especially this game. And then when you look at like how the Dolphins will probably try to play this team, they'll probably try to do their best to slow down or erase Stefon Diggs. Then you got Gabe Davis over there holding his own against Eli Apple. So these other players are going to they're going to need to step up. And underneath, for so long for Josh has been Cole Beasley. Like even, you know what I'm saying, going back a couple of years ago, like it's Cole Beasley in the slot against these guys. It's Cole Beasley. Now you've got a guy in Dalton Kincaid who's a fantastic route runner, exceptional hands. I think this guy has a catch percentage so far of like 90%. Let me look that up. It's nuts. And I get it. He hadn't really had a whole lot of targets and a whole lot of catches. But where are you going to see that type of a catch rate, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even off of the small sample size that he has, 11 receptions, 72 yards, okay, in 3 games. But he has a 91.7% catch rate. Like, that's nuts. And it's all so that's 12 targets. On 12 targets, he has 11 receptions, 72 yards. The dude doesn't drop. He don't drop passes. And so if we can get him involved in the game, throw a different wrinkle to these Miami Dolphins, switch it up a little bit, feature Kincaid a little bit, especially when you look at this Dolphins defense and the linebacker core, it could be that game. But I'm with you, Kim. Show me Kincaid. Show me Kincaid. Another player that I want to see more, and I think I mentioned him last week too. And that's Deonte Harty. And I made this argument that it is to no fault of his own that he hadn't really seen the field a whole lot. He hadn't really done as much as we expected this year. I think Ken Dorsey has had other plans, or he hadn't utilized him as much. And it could be with the game script and that they hadn't really had a need to do it. But these guys have a plethora of weapons, a plethora of weapons. And so and there's only one ball. Because when you look at Stefon Diggs, we already know what he's going to do, right? He's going to get his fair share of targets. And then you shift to Gabe Davis. And then you got James Cook out of the backfield. You got Dawson Knox getting his a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Kincaid. Like where the target's going, And then you've got the run game that's being established. And so like these Bills, like they're not slinging the rock a whole lot as compared to last year and years past under Brian Daboll. I mean, Deonte Harty right now, he's 7 receptions for 28 yards in 3 games. On the surface, that's not good. But I don't think it's his fault. He's just not being utilized yet in this offense. I think only time will tell. Maybe it's a matchup type of thing, and we'll see as the season progresses. I love what Stefon Diggs said, and he kind of gave us a little bit of insight into kind of where they are right now, 3 weeks in. Diggs is like, in his press conference, he's like, I don't think that the offense, we hadn't even really hit our stride yet. That's scary. Whereas, in my opinion, when you look at the other side of this matchup against the Miami Dolphins, an argument could be made that they're already peaking. Like, I don't see where they can get any better than Miami Dolphins. And this is a long season. And we know what it's like coming out the blocks fast, right? The Buffalo Bills last year came out the blocks fast. Then they kind of tailed off a little bit. And they kind of went in a little lull. Could we be, seeing the Miami Dolphins do that as well? I don't know. Only time will tell. But for the Buffalo Bills, I like where they are because it's a slow build. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And I like that the Bills are still doing this. Like, they're second in the NFL in point differential. The offense is putting up crazy points. And they hadn't even hit their stride yet. They're still figuring things out. No doubt Ken Dorsey is still figuring out how he can deploy and utilize guys like Deonte Harty. He's still trying to figure out how he can utilize, a guy like Dalton Kincaid in his offense. And Trent Sherfield. And Khalil Shakir. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a plethora of weapons, and so far it's working without you having to deploy these guys. Oh my gosh, man. Like, don't forget Bills Mafia. Don't forget who we are, bro. Don't forget that. Like, this team, like when this team gets rocking on all cylinders, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Now, so when we talk about put up or shut up, I've already listed my candidates. I'm trying to flip on the defensive side, and I've already talked about Taylor Rapp. The defensive line to me has been really, really good. Really good. I saw a name. I saw Ed Oliver's name dropped around, but Ed Oliver's been playing lights out. He has been playing lights out. Normally, you see a guy like once he gets the bag, some guys, they just kind of coast and they feel like they've arrived already. Not Ed. Ed feels like, yo, I'm going to prove to y'all why I deserve that money. And then on top of that, I'm going to prove to y'all why I really took a discount. Like, why like that? I wouldn't say discount, but like why, that contract ain't even, like the Bills are going to have to come back to the table and renegotiate this thing here shortly. That's the type of mentality Ed's on right now. And Ed even said himself, yo, he said, I heard him in a press conference, but I think, the media was talking to him and Ed was like, yo, he was like, and I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying that, he's been telling people, telling his family, whatever. He's like, yo, a healthy Ed is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Did y'all hear him say that? He even say, yo, a healthy Ed Oliver is a bad mother brother. And Ed has been showing it. He's been healthy. He's been going off, man. Like Ed Oliver. He is playing like the top 10 defensive tackle that we've been expecting. And he got the bag and he's playing lights out. He's like, I ain't done yet. Man. Yo. And then on top of that, I'm glad Jeff Deaver brought this up. Tre White. Tre'Davious White, man. I was like, initially this year, I was like, man, Tre, he looked kind of slow. We're talking about 2 years removed from the ACL. It ain't like he tore this thing last year. We're talking about 2 years removed. I know it seemed like time has flown by, but it has. Like, that's been 2 years ago. I'm like, he still, he still looks like he's favoring, like he's kind of slow. I don't know, man. Is Tre back or what? Last week, when he made the interception in the end zone, I think he's back. Like the way he broke on that ball. Was vintage Tre'Davious White. That's what he does. When Tre White picks off passes, he is breaking on these passes and he's coming out of nowhere and jumping in front of the, like tremendous athleticism, stopping on a dime and freaking jumping in front of these receivers. And like, that was vintage Tre'Davious White. Vintage. And he has a tall order going up against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and whatever. And we know Tre's not going to travel because that's just not the Bills' defense. That's not their scheme. He's going to play his spot. But, if Tre White is anywhere close to the vintage Tre White, all-pro Tre, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of Tre, if he's back, baby, oh, my gosh, forget it. It's a wrap. And I agree with Keith Stewart. He said, Tre's not 100% back yet, but he's close. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we just saw a glimpse of vintage Tre. And if he's still working himself back into his former self, yo, it is going to be a problem for opposing offenses. And I'll say this. Tua is going to have his hands full. He really is, man. Because this secondary we ain't no punks, man. You know what I'm saying? Can I say that? That's my show. I'm going to say, secondary ain't no punks. We got Tre White showing appearances and glimpses of his former self. And then we've got my man Christian Benford on the other side, locking things down too, doing his thing. And then we got Micah Hyde. And I know we're without Jordan Poyer, but Taylor Rapp is about to show y'all something. Teron Johnson, don't forget him. We're probably the best nickel cornerback in the NFL. Like Von Miller says, don't blink. Don't blink. This team is lights out. This team is lights out, bro. For real. And I mean that on everything. Like it really is. And this defense ain't nothing to play with. That's what I'm saying. Like, Tua they haven't played a defense like this. They really haven't. They have not played a defense this elite. This elite. And that's not to say that they're not going to be able to put points up on the board. But if you think that they're going to be able to march into Highmark Stadium and just put a whooping on the Bills, you got another thing coming. This ain't the same team as last year either. All right. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. We are an hour and 2. So let me go ahead and just wrap this up with my man Jordan Poyer. Shout out to him as we get into this final segment of the show.
Big dog! Big dog!
The keys to big dubs. How are we going to win this game? What is it going to take for the Buffalo Bills to shut these Dolphins fans up and to shut this national media up and to let everybody know that the Buffalo Bills are the big brother? I know the little brother is trying to flex and is showing some signs of growth. He ain't ready for big bro yet. What is it going to take? Because I don't think it's going to be easy. But when I look at this matchup, matter of fact, let me look at the spread. Because I think, let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up here. Let me check out the sports book. And I think that it was the Bills. Three. Are they 3.5 point favorites? Where's it at? 3 point favorites. All right. So this was Sportsbook Wire and put this out. This was just as of, man, like yesterday. As early as yesterday. Okay. Where'd it go? So when we look at this matchup right now, the over-under is set at 53.5. Over-under set at 53.5 right now. And the Bills are a 3-point favorite in this matchup. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Go with the Bills against the spread. Okay? Go with the Bills against the spread. Because I do not foresee this game being a 3-point game. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Not one bit. Okay? And so, when I look at it, the key to me, everybody wants to talk about this Miami Dolphins offense and stopping Tua and these pass, and the speed of this offense. And though they get, I'm not knocking them. Okay, they got some tremendous speed. Tremendous speed. Here's where I think it starts. Up front on the Bills' defensive line. You've got Tua getting the ball out at a hair over 2 seconds. That's fast. I think he leads the league by a significant margin when it comes to the release, right? From the moment he releases the ball to from, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, the reception, all that, like they get the ball out of their hands faster than anybody in the NFL. 2 seconds. Crazy. And so it makes you wonder whether or not the Bills are going to have time to even get a pass rush on him. Right? And so initially I'm like, all right, you've got 6'7" Greg Rousseau, 6'5", 6'6" Leonard Floyd, 6'5" AJ Epinesa. I think these guys need to be trees this game. Right? If you can't get to them, get your hands up. Maybe even run some stunts and some gains, put, you know, Greg Rousseau inside to try to clog up the passing lanes for Tua and just put those big old long arms up in the air like trees to try to bat some passes down. You do that occasionally, right? You may not need to do that all the time. But I also don't think that the Bills defense needs to sit back on their laurels and be very conservative, because that's not in the nature of Sean McDermott when he's coaching this defense. That was the nature of Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier was a conservative one, but Sean McDermott is the aggressor. And Sean McDermott is not going to sit back and be conservative defensively. He's not going to do it. So I think that Sean McDermott is going to try to dial up some pressure on Tua, even if they don't get to him, just to get him off of his spot. Some early pressure. Now, how that's deployed is different, right? Will they blitz? I think in spots, I think occasionally they will do so. I don't think you're going to see some all-out blitzes, and, you know, you're going to have to live and die with it. You got to live and die with man, like, if we blitz, we run the risk of him freaking hitting Tyreek Hill down the field, and he's off to the races, and he's gone. For me, I would be willing to live with that. If they beat you that way, then then beat you. But I'm not going to sit there and let you just march down the field, and I'm not doing anything to try to affect the pass at all. I don't think that's in Sean McDermott's DNA. We saw that happen a couple of years ago in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs. 13 seconds. We sat back. We just sat back. That's not going to happen. So I definitely think that the Bills need to dial up some pressure. That doesn't mean that they're going to get to him. It just means that, hey, affect him any way you can. Get him off his spot. When he gets to that back foot, he better be, trying to scramble, or like he's got a guy in his face, and do that. If he does, if we can do that, that's a win-win. I mean, that's a win for us. So pressure this guy, get in his face, get him off his spot, and when you can get to him, knock him on his freaking you-know-what. Let me see if your jiu-jitsu or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you did in the offseason is going to help you out in this game. And no, Dolphins fans, I ain't talking about Buffalo Bills go over there and freaking, try to concuss the dude. That ain't what I'm talking about, so don't be trying to flip what I'm saying. But get him on his butt. Knock him down if you can. Let him know we here. This is a physical game, man. We ain't playing two-hand touch, baby. What you talking about? Number two. I'm looking at our defense, and I would say be disciplined with this eye candy junk, right? And really, it's preaching to the choir, because they already know that. Don't fall for this stuff, right? And this is where the youth and inexperience of Terrell Bernard comes into play. The man with the green dot, the middle linebacker in this defense, I need him as well to make sure he doesn't fall for this. So he doesn't have the experience that Jermaine Edmonds did, but I think that he is where he excels, in my opinion, is in his ability to quickly diagnose what's going on in front of him. And once he has diagnosed it, that man he flies to the wall. He flies, you know what I'm saying? And he just goes at it. And so The Dolphins could try to use that to their advantage, but I think the guy is so smart. He knows what's up. So he ain't going to really, he's not going to fall for a lot of that stuff. Now I'm looking at on the offensive side of the ball for the Bills. To me, it's just some of the same stuff, man. Like Josh, don't feel the need to have to be Winter Soldier in this game. Because the way that Ken Dorsey has been calling these games and the way defenses are playing them, if Josh Allen just simply takes what the defense gives him, he don't need to have to, he's not going to have to go into the phone booth and pull out Winter Soldier. He's not going to have to do that. He really ain't. Now remind him who you are. But I don't need him to have to freaking do like he did in week 1. We don't need that. Excuse me. We don't need that. Just keep on doing what you've been doing. Take what the defense gives you, and the offense is going to be fine. Fine. Because I'm not worried about this Miami Dolphins defense. I don't think that they're going to have the ability to slow down, let alone stop the Bills offense. I think the Bills offense is going to put up a lot of points in this game. I do. And then another key for me is keep running the ball. Keep running the ball. Mix it up. That run pass, mix it up. Lean on James Cook. And I think that the Miami Dolphins defense is probably going to start to key in on James Cook. And I hope they do. I hope they start to key in on this Buffalo Bills run game. Because the minute they do is the minute we go over the top to Diggs, over the top to Gabe Davis, and maybe even over the top to Deonte Harty if they deploy that. That's going to be all she wrote. So for me, man, look, that's it. Defense, get pressure on Tua, but be smart with it. If you can't get to him, get your hands up. Okay? And here's another one. Tackle. Tackle. This is probably the main one for the Bills defense. Tackling. You got to tackle these guys, okay? They're kings of yak. You have a team as fast as Miami Dolphins on offense, you're already at a disadvantage because nobody can really match up with them when it comes to their speed. So what you're going to have to do is tackle these guys. When they get the ball in their hands, tackle them. Okay? And so I need to see an improvement in the Bills defense in that department. Once they get the ball in their hands, get them to the ground immediately. I don't want to see any of these shoulder hits. I don't need to see Matt Milano whiffing because Matt Milano, as great as he is, he does have a tendency to whiff on some tackles, to go in with his shoulder and miss. He does. So these guys need to wrap up. That's where I think Taylor Rapp is going to show himself out because that dude is a tackling monster. Knock your head off. Terrell Bernard, tackling machine. Just tackle, wrap these guys up, get them down as soon as they get the ball, and we'll be fine. Pressure to hands up in the passing lanes, tackle on defense, do some of the same things on offense as they've been doing, take what the defense gives you, and it's a game. It's all she wrote. It's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. So now that we've gotten the keys to the game out the way, it's score prediction time. Score prediction time. Drop that in the chat right now. Score prediction time, and let me cut my music on. Let me cut my music on because I made a mistake last week. I didn't hear it. I didn't have it on. There it is. Where do you see this game going? Do you see a close game? As the odds makers say it, do you see it a 3-point game? Do you see it much greater than that? When you look at the over-under, is it 53.5? Are you taking it over or are you taking it under? Where are y'all at right now, baby? Let me know. I got Mark Fowler coming in right now. He says, yo, 34-23, go Bills. So he sees the over. Ryan Gaming coming in, though, 37-26, Bills. I love it. The Cali Bills has 23-10 Bills. The Dolphins ain't going to score nothing but one touchdown and a couple of field goals. Bills defense going to shut that mess all the way down. I love it. The first 40 Burger sighting of the show in score predictions comes by way of King Cam. Says, yo, 42-17, Buffalo. Lindsay Foes comes in and she says, yo, it's 41-13 Bills. I'll back that up again with another 40 Burger. I love it. Christopher Homer comes in 34-21 Bills. Kyler Klein, 34-31 Bills, so he sees it as a 3-point game. But the Bills win. John Sour Yvonne comes in 38-18. Bills shellacking of the Miami Dolphins by 20, waxing that 10, baby. I love it. I love it, man. Yo, keep dropping your score predictions in the chat. I am feeling it. I for one, I don't think it's going to be a 3-point game. I don't see it at all. Who else says? Michael Johnson says sees it 42-21 Bills. Ray Finkel comes in, fins up. What's good, baby? He says, yo, Miami 38, Bills 35 in OT. Oh, my gosh. For one, I disagree with the score. For two, man, if this game goes in overtime, I am going to lose it. Because the Bills are winless in overtime. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Bills are winless in overtime matchups. I don't want to see an overtime game at all. So if the Bills going to OT, Ray Finkel, your score prediction may come to pass. But I hope that does not get to that point. Who else? Let me see here. I've got Chris Dub comes in 34-31 Miami. Sadly, I hope I'm wrong. Chris with the Miami victory. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know, Chris. Come on, man. Did you not hear what I said, baby? Bill's going to get a safety, Cali Bill says. Chris, it's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. Brandon comes in. He says, yo. Brandon Cookrow says, yo, 34-30 Bills. I love it. Thinking Atheist comes in with his keys to the game. He says, yo, rush to and knock him off his balance and comfort zone. Number 2, contain and jam Tyreek Hill and stop Mostert. And thirdly, protect Josh Allen. Allen is magical when he has time. 100% agree with all that, man. So now, for me, my score prediction, I've already said it. It is not going to be a 3-point game. It's not. It's not going to happen. I think the Bills are going to win by more than 3 points. I think the Bills are going to win by more than 7 points. This Bills defense ain't nothing to play with. And this Bills offense going against that sorry of a defense of the Miami Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something. I'm thinking the Bills will put up 31 on these guys. Now, the question is, what are the Dolphins going to put up? And I'm going right here. I'm going to give them 20. And I'm taking it under. 20 points, and I'm taking it under. 31-20 Bills. 31-20 Bills. I can see the Dolphins scoring a couple of points. I mean, it's a couple of touchdowns, and then this field goes from there on. The Bills are going to blow it out in the second half, extend their lead, 31-20. Your Buffalo Bills with the victory, and they're going to shut up all this nonsense and all this talk that's been going on the entire week, and send the Miami Dolphins packing back home, licking their wounds after they just got this big old noogie by their big brother. And we'll see him again at the end of the season in Miami. And it could be a different story then. But right now, at home, it's all Buffalo, baby. 31-20. 31-20, baby. Shout out to everybody, man, who's been joining me for this entire show. Smash that like. Hit the subscribe button on your way out if you have not already done so. Don't forget to stop by sportbf.com. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. And until next time, baby, as always, grace and peace. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And go